Hi, welcome to a little thing about my new book, Christmas Incorporated. I wanted to talk a little bit about the lessons of this book, the meaning, stuff like that, give you a little brief rundown. So if you aren't aware, Christmas Incorporated is a Christmas story. I use that term very loosely. But it follows Santa Claus, George Holcher, and Christmas Incorporated, which is this corporation that's basically become the head of Christmas. They control everything, the toys, the elves, even Santa. And they basically use this power to generate massive revenue for themselves, for their investors, and all that. And Santa has to come to terms with the fact that not only was Christmas stolen from him, but what Christmas is truly about, which is not about material objects, it is about basically giving what you can, not materially, but giving what you can and the effort in that. So, first of all, to understand this book, we need to understand Christmas spirit itself, how I view Christmas spirit. And this is the part where I'm going to talk a little bit about why I wrote this story. I never liked Christmas books growing up. I hated Christmas music, I hated Christmas books, I hated Christmas anything. I hated it. And at the time, I didn't really know why. I didn't really have a reason or any good excuse, but I recognize now that's because it's so artificial. Think about it. These corporations for the rest of the year sell their stuff at high price, and then suddenly Christmas comes around and it's on sale. Seems a little weird to me. And also, how come every year there's new Christmas movies? That doesn't feel ingenuine. That doesn't feel genuine to me. That feels disingenuous. It feels greedy. It feels like you're just using a figure as bait, basically as a way to make money. I mean, they've been doing this for years, since even before TV was around. They've been using Christmas as this huge commercial holiday, and that's not what it should be about, in my opinion. So, when I was a kid, I'm guessing I kind of saw this for what it was. I mean, it's very blatant if you pay any attention. I mean, these pop artists and these country artists release Christmas music albums, but none of it's genuine art. It's all just products placed at the right time for the right people. It's all fake to me. I don't like it. So, with that being said, it's a little weird for me to write a Christmas book, given that whole opinion and feeling towards Christmas. So why did I write it? Well, that's because I wanted to talk about Christmas spirit, not in a way that was cheesy or corny, but in a way that actually reflected what it should be. In my eyes, Christmas spirit isn't just, oh, do you believe in Santa Claus? No. That is BS right there. No, that's not Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit, in my eyes, is, the person who sleeps on the front of a church and still gives everything to the community when they have nothing. Someone who actually cares about their children. A mother who believes in Christmas spirit isn't going to buy them the new PS5. They're going to take their kids and put them in a situation that was either better or just as good as they had, and they're going to give their all to their kids. Christmas spirit isn't some materialistic, oh, I got the new PS5, oh, I got the new Nintendo Switch. No, that's all BS. Christmas spirit, what it really should be about, is giving everything and the effort to try to give not even your kids, but your partner and your literally anything, friend, pet, anything that you value, giving it your all to show that you love this person. Even if it's maternal, if it's sexual, if it's romantic, showing that love for the person that you want to show that love for, that's Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit is love, not materialism. So, with that being said, Santa throughout this book is very nihilistic. We see his very miserable side. And what that represents is that a lot of people see the new, corporatocracy we're kind of living in. And that's not to say that I'm not saying, there's some secret society or something like that, because that's all BS. But I'm talking about the whole commercial culture we have and the consumer culture. And Santa's very brought down by this, because his entire holiday has been stripped of passion. He's constantly doing these meetings for investors, to get more investors, these tours, and he's just sick of it. He doesn't feel good anymore. In fact, actually, you'll notice as you read the book that he's very sick in the beginning. He's become a hollow version of himself. This represents how Christmas has kind of been hollowed out for this commercial gain, for this, branding and all that. That's really what Santa represents, is that soulless, hollow branding that we have made Christmas. So, with this being said, Santa throughout the story slowly figures out that it takes one person to change it, one cog in the machine to destroy the machine. And that if he wants to make Christmas about what it should be about, which is family, giving, kindness, all this stuff that we all agree that should be, the head front of any morality, like the poster child of any sense of morality, he realizes he has to be the change. So he burns down the entire facility, which leads to the death of George Holcher, indirectly though, because Santa never actually kills him, and that's where we end our story. He burns down the facility, and he realizes that Christmas should not be about this corporate friggin' branding, products, new sales, and all that. And that's really what I want to get at with this book. Christmas has been hollowed out, it's become soulless, and I want to get that Christmas should be about family, about giving. Not just giving in material sense, as I've said by now, but actually giving the effort to consideration, or your empathy to someone. So, in other words, this entire book, if you were to strip back all the symbolism, is basically a critique of corporatocracy, of our consumer capitalist culture. That is the purpose of this book, to criticize that. Now, this book will be releasing on December 21st, the winter equinox. I am trying to release a book a season, and I'm trying to write books with more of a deeper message or meaning. So if you like that, please subscribe. I do try to do a lot of free stuff. I also have to make a living too, unfortunately. I'm a victim of the culture we live in. So if you could buy the book, that'd be really appreciated. I will have events on the screen or in the description. I probably will decide after this about where you can pick up the book. And I would really appreciate your support and spreading this message. And if there's one thing you can take away from this video, is that you can be the change. You can be the change, the show of passion and art and actually giving instead of what Christmas has become now. Thank you for your time. I hope this kind of broke down the book a little bit for you. I love you all. Thank you.